So we're here on A1A, 5 miles north of Ron John's, and this is going to be our subject during sunrise. So we really don't need any kind of filters. Our subject is in the west, the sun's coming from the east. It's gonna light the building pretty nice. The sun will probably be rising within like 15-20 minutes or so. A couple of pelicans in the back. A little bit wider. Okay, calm down. So we're doing a long exposure today. I have a neutral density filter on it, so I could do a little bit longer exposure. It's about halfway. My shutter is 30 seconds. My f-stop is at 22, and my ISO is at 100. I got a cable release, so I really don't want to shake my camera. Even the slightest vibration will cause a little blurriness. Also, I'm standing on a dock that's been beaten up by Hurricane Matthew, so even when I take this photo, I don't want to move at all. So the cable release would definitely help. I already have my focus set before I had the filter darken. So let's see. This picture came out pretty good. Not too bad. Has like a moody type set. There's a little seaweed on the dock right there. So it adds like a little slight of interest, which is very nice. Just start playing the Jeopardy music for you guys, just for wait for an exposure. Oh. So I got down a little bit lower. There's a little bit of dry seaweed right on here on this dock. Will add some really good foreground. The conditions are getting a lot better. There's more color in the sky, and also it's actually reflecting into the water. Now I'm doing a long exposure on this, about like 20 seconds at 22. Oh man, there's a lot of seagulls. Realize I don't have any covers, so if they fly over me, I'm just gonna try to stay small as possible. Bob's away! Sons of bitches. So there's some colors that they're showing up in the clouds a lot better. They're giving off a nice little reflection on the water, and also in the foreground, or more of the foreground, there's some seaweed. I'm at 1/25th of a second, ISO 100, my f-stop is 7.1, and it's all handheld. I'm just kind of perched up on a little piece of 2x4 squatting down, shooting towards that way. Alright guys, that's it for this morning. We got some long exposures. Other shots we handheld our camera. Some nice reflections in the water. Also a bird that flew right into my shot as I was hand holding it. It's nice and windy. Look, luckily my car's still there. I'm parked at some restaurant. Alright guys, let's go find our next shot. I am hungry, so I'm gonna go find some breakfast, some good old Florida OJ. Orange juice. You want some juice? You know, it's actually great finding a shot in your community. And that's exactly what I did. Earlier, I was taking a stroll through the community, and there's a retention pond over here, and I found my composition. It's a bunch of cypress trees, actually. There's some that's off on the bank right here, and what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be using a cypress tree that's close to the water, and using a little bit of roots that coming out of the ground, and also the water as like a foreground. I definitely want to use like an external flash to light up that cypress tree, while the cypress trees over here are actually being lit by the sun. So we'll see how that comes out. I'm gonna set myself up, and then we'll start shooting. And it's actually this cypress tree right here, along with those cypress trees in the background. It's another long exposure. The trees, the cypress trees over here, they're actually lit up by the sun, which means my foreground tree, it's in the shade. So I'm actually illuminating it or light painting it with my flash. And all I'm doing is I have it on manual mode up to full power, and I'm hitting the pilot mode right there. And once you do, it actually just creates that. And that's how I light up the tree, so you could actually see it. I'm shooting it at the side, so you could see a little bit of texture of the bark and the different roots that are coming out of the ground. It gives it a little bit more character. And I'm just right out of frame when I ignite it. So my camera setting is 1/4 of a second, f/22, and the ISO is 100. That's getting the exposure for the trees. Also have the 2-second timer on, so I've got to set the flash off within that short amount of time of 1/4 of a second. So I gotta get it in between that. It's quick. How quick? It's this quick. There's a timer. So I mean, you could squeeze off in it. It helps to have the remote. That way you could actually step away from your camera and help put where the light is. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, share, and like the video. Very nice. Till then, never stop exploring, guys.